do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, well, they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him.
The big question looming over everything is who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Oleksandr Usyk?
Prime Usyk at cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight?
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill. Now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan refers to Oleksandr Usyk as the greatest heavyweight in history, praising his exceptional footwork and unmatched skill set. He points out how Usyk consistently frustrates and wears down his opponents inside the ring. Rogan emphasizes that Usyk doesn't just beat average fighters. He dominates the top heavyweights of this generation and does so repeatedly. According to Rogan, it's Usyk's high fight IQ and slick movement that truly set him apart. His ability to make elite-level opponents look ordinary proves he deserves a place among boxing's all-time greats.
The last Dubois fight.
Yeah. Is it crazy? I saw something the other day. It was like Usyk swimming 5 hours. I was like, oh my God.
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, well, they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been. Because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
like
time.
constant,
Yeah.
there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
you're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no rounds off.
Yeah.
Everything is he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
So there's something, something.
Obviously, gravity keeps him from moving the way Lomachenko does because Lomachenko's so small.
Yeah.
He can dance around you.
For sure.
In footwork, just majestic footwork. But Usyk's footwork is there's a bunch of breakdowns of the final combination that he hit Daniel with, and he steps off to the side and lands that fucking left hook from hell. God, it was good. You could see Daniel was already tired. You could see it. It's it's just dealing
There's
with.
got to be something Lomachenko's dad, some type of philosophy or something. You know what I mean? Like these guys just kind of tap into, because to be a big guy, there's footwork and all that stuff. But I think, man, shout out to the coach, to the dad.
It's skill, man. It's a skillful type of boxing.
Boxing experts now agree that Oleksandr Usyk has secured his spot among the greatest heavyweight legends of all time. Icons like Lennox Lewis, Larry Holmes, and Evander Holyfield have long been the benchmarks of heavyweight greatness. But Usyk's performances have compelled both critics and fans to place him in that elite category. His move up from cruiserweight to heavyweight wasn't just successful. It was historic. He didn't simply compete in a division full of giants. He outperformed them. Usyk's technical skills, fight intelligence, and consistent wins over top-level opponents make him a complete boxer. He's not just winning. He's redefining what it means to be a heavyweight champion.
Let's quickly have that conversation then about the best heavyweights of all time. Where? Because I know in your head you've done it already. I mean, you've done about 20,000 videos since the fight. One of those videos must be saying where he's ranked as an all-time top 10 heavyweight.
Oh, I think he has to be in the top 5, if not top 3. Well, he has to be. He has to be. And
go on then, name him.
So Muhammad Ali,
Lennox
Lewis,
and
I would actually probably say Oleksandr Usyk, just ahead of Larry Holmes.
Okay,
just ahead of Larry Holmes.
Yeah,
I know. Look, those two, Lewis and Ali, their resume speaks for itself. The world title fights, they speak for themselves.
I've sat with him and he has an aura.
You can tell that, even looking at my videos.
He walks in, dude, and you're like, okay, his eyes, they're this very piercing, and you think, you feel like you are in the presence of something very, very special.
Oleksandr Usyk has taken on and defeated nearly every top heavyweight contender, often more than once. While the heavyweight division may not have the depth it once did, Usyk has still consistently proven himself, which is why he's had to face some of his toughest opponents in rematches. Despite that, he's never shown any decline in intensity or performance. The fact that fans now struggle to name a worthy challenger speaks volumes about his dominance. Joseph Parker might be the only remaining option, but even that matchup doesn't carry the significance it once might have. Usyk's legacy is already cemented. He's become undisputed in multiple weight classes and has done it with skill, control, and unwavering discipline.
Quick feet, he's got some power, and he's got Andy Lee. Those things make that fight pretty intriguing.
I agree, and if he faces him, I think he again will be the heavy favorite. And let's assume he beats him. Do you retire? Do you take another lap around the same block?
Like you said, it's a young 38, and again, I know this is a money game, but the other young heavyweight that I like that's been on a very good run, and we've been impressed with them, Agit Kabayel. And now that's another relatively small heavyweight that's quick-fisted, and he knows how to operate inside. Again, he's already beaten Fury twice. He's fought Joshua twice. When we talk about trilogies, generally it's about 1-1.
Right.
Not 2-0.
Exactly.
Although we just had one with Serrano and Taylor, but again, they have limited opposition. But there you have it. Oleksandr Usyk once again becomes undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And rounding out Boxing Palooza 2025 from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
There's growing speculation that Joseph Parker might be the next to face Usyk, but many see it as more of a formality than a real challenge. Boxing analyst Ade Oladipo even mentioned he'd enjoy watching Derek Chisora step into the ring with Usyk again. Not because Chisora has a strong chance of winning, but because of the excitement and toughness he brings to a fight. Chisora knows how to hype up a bout and turn it into a show, which could be good for the sport. Still, the reality is that Usyk is widely viewed as being on a completely different level from both Parker and Chisora when it comes to skill and achievements. Any upcoming fight would likely just serve as another reminder of why Usyk remains in a league of his own.
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the number one for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, you know, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Oleksandr Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get, I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do it. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's ranking. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because, again, Oleksandr Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll if this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, you know, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold on to the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Said it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these, and I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
Fabio Wardley, a rising star in the boxing scene, had some firm advice for anyone preparing to face Usyk. He stressed that basic strategies won't cut it. Usyk's defense and footwork are too polished for routine jabs and predictable patterns. Wardley believes a fighter needs to be adaptable, relentless, and use unpredictable combinations, mixing in right hooks, left crosses, and feints to throw Usyk off his rhythm. However, he admitted that executing this kind of game plan under pressure is much harder than it sounds. Once inside the ring, many fighters end up chasing shadows while Usyk calmly dictates the pace and controls the ring.
and then you found something. How difficult is it when your tactics aren't working, and they weren't working for Daniel? And look, I'm not comparing Oleksandr Usyk to Justice Huni, but you had to find something and you found it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that there is a level of belief of I will find it. I can find the way. I will find the way, and maybe some kind of and stubbornness from, especially from my part, probably of like I'm not rolling over. I will find the way. Like I will manage my way out of this situation. I will extend the alphabet past the letter Z until I find the right plan that works here, the right situation, the right combination, the right punch. I will exhaust all options. Me personally, and it is a
No, I'm doing this to us.
price and stuff, and you're just going, your brain's going, this isn't working. Like I don't know what you're on about. Like it's not happening. It's not working. And then you have to get up and you have to G yourself up and get yourself going again. And
Joe Rogan has often expressed his admiration for the phenomenon that is Oleksandr Usyk. He highlights how Usyk started his career much smaller than the towering heavyweights he now defeats with apparent ease. Even after moving up in weight, Usyk hasn't just kept up, he's taken over. Rogan applauds his ability to handle enormous opponents with precision, composure, and strategy. Unlike many who depend on sheer size or raw power, Usyk breaks down his rivals mentally and physically, piece by piece. Rogan sees the true magic in how someone with a smaller frame can dominate the biggest names in the division, calling it a major part of what makes Usyk so fascinating to watch.
Usyk.
Yes.
I think he's incredible.
Incredible.
I mean, I've watched every one of his fights. That dude is on such a different level.
And he's smaller than everybody.
He's fighting giants.
He's fighting giants.
When you're fighting a guy who's 60 pounds heavier with 10-ounce, 12-ounce gloves, it makes such a world of difference.
Especially when the guy is fucking Anthony Joshua, you know?
But please understand, Usyk fought at, I think, 75 when he started out. He's not a big frame guy.
He's like 225, 230 as a heavyweight.
220. Not even 230.
Not big. Not big,
and that's
man.
a lot of.
By the way, that was Tyson's weight when he was in his prime too.
Yeah,
there's something to be said for that because a 220-pound man like Mike Tyson can knock out any human being that's ever lived.
Yeah, your jaw.
The amount of power he can generate is insane.
Former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs offered a surprising opinion, stating that if Usyk faced a prime Evander Holyfield, he believes Usyk would come out on top. According to Briggs, Usyk has evolved beyond being just a technical boxer. His style now centers around elite-level conditioning. He explained that while Usyk once relied heavily on footwork and angles, he now breaks down opponents with non-stop pressure and stamina. Even when going up against fighters with top-tier skills, Usyk's conditioning allows him to keep moving, throwing punches, and controlling the pace until his opponent gives in. That, Briggs said, is what truly sets Usyk apart from the rest.
Prime Usyk at cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight?
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill. Now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Yes, I know so. Because you could be skillful for 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds, but if that guy got that pressure on you and you can't stop it, it's like it's just running your machine too fast. Your machine, you're gonna lose. Like you'll go down, and they still going up. Like Usyk, he's still going up. 12th round, he's strong as in the first round. He throwing punches like it's the first round. No one else has done that. Been able to do that in the history of boxing.
How would you have fought Usyk?
I would have tried to knock him out. You know, but you see again, me at my best, from my skate plan is I'm boxing cool and relaxed, and I'm countering the heck out of him.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. admitted he was surprised by just how dominant Usyk has been. Reflecting on Daniel Dubois' performance, Jones pointed out that Dubois' approach was too basic to challenge someone of Usyk's level. He acknowledged that while big heavyweights might have a shot at beating Usyk, it would require a flawless game plan. Without the right strategy, one that combines pressure, adaptability, and strong conditioning, a fighter doesn't stand a chance. Usyk thrives on recognizing patterns, and once he figures them out, he takes full advantage. So while it's not impossible to defeat him, Jones made it clear that no one's going to do it by luck.
Usyk, what did you make of his display against Daniel Dubois last Saturday? It was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was nothing less than I expected because if you make a guy quit with a jab, Spencer, you know this, if you make a guy quit with a jab, how is that guy ever going to beat you? You understand me? I mean, that's just what the real facts are. Not that the kid hadn't got a little bit better. He got a little more confidence because he had a win over Joshua, which was good, but confidence is just not enough to beat a guy like Usyk. You got to have some technique. You got to have some grit. You can't lose to him with a jab and think you're going to beat him. That's not going to work.
Well, you was a smaller guy that went up and won the world heavyweight title, one of the only ones to do that from middleweight up to heavyweight. You know, how does someone beat Oleksandr Usyk? Is it the smaller guy? Is it the guy that's coming up in the weight divisions? You know, as opposed to the bigger heavyweights.
No, the bigger guys could beat him. Just got to have the right fight plan. None of these guys fight him with the right fight plan, and I'm not going to tell them the right fight plan because that's not my job to do. But you got to have the right fight plan to fight Usyk. If you don't have the right fight.
Even celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay, a well-known sports fan, weighed in on Usyk's dominance. Ramsay posed the question that's now echoing throughout the boxing world. Who can stop this man? Usyk has taken down the best of this era, Joshua, Dubois, and others, often more than once. And he doesn't just win rematches. He improves in them, reinforcing his control over the division. Ramsay's comment captures the sense of inevitability surrounding Usyk's fights today. Whoever steps into the ring with him isn't expected to win. They're just expected to make it through. That's how far ahead Usyk is from the rest of the heavyweight field.
At Wembley Stadium, Gordon Ramsay, what a stunning win for Oleksandr Usyk tonight against our very own Daniel Dubois.
Extraordinary. I mean, there's no stopping this man. 38 years of age, and he's got the cardio of a 21-year-old. Extraordinary. Super strong on the jab, super defensive, but just even the dummies, that's what threw Daniel off. And two cracking shots there in the fifth. So, yeah, listen, great night for boxing. But the big question looming over everything is who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Oleksandr Usyk?
His last 6 fights have had 2 wins against Dubois, 2 wins against Fury, and 2 against Joshua. It's phenomenal. You're right. Who is going to stop him? Could Tyson Fury come out of alleged retirement to beat him in a trilogy? Who knows?
Listen, that would be extraordinary if Tyson did that. But you've got to change your game. You've got to up it. This guy is just extraordinary. We haven't witnessed this in decades. So, you know, we're talking cruiserweight, you know, and he's dominating heavyweight. What does that say? So, thank God he's not in the cruiserweight division anymore.
Tony Bellew, who once shared the ring with Usyk, gave a brutally honest account of the experience. He said that during the first 6 rounds, he actually felt like he was outboxing Usyk. But by the 7th, everything shifted. Bellew described a sudden, overwhelming fatigue that made it difficult to continue. Usyk hadn't landed any huge shots. It was his non-stop movement, pressure, and activity that slowly broke him down. According to Bellew, that's Usyk's hidden weapon. He's not looking for a quick knockout. Instead, he systematically drains you until you can't defend yourself anymore. Joe Rogan echoed this sentiment when discussing Anthony Joshua's post-fight comments. Joshua reportedly said that his bout with Usyk was the most exhausting of his career. Not because of the punches, but because Usyk never stops moving. There are no breaks, no moments to recover, no chance to reset. That relentless pace taxes a fighter's legs, lungs, and mind. By the time they realize what's happening, they're already trailing on the scorecards and running out of energy. Rogan emphasized that this is exactly what makes Usyk so dangerous. He keeps the tempo high while somehow never tiring himself out.
One of the things that was interesting, they were talking about the fight, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been. Because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
like
time.
constant, there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
you're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no rounds off. Yeah. Everything is, he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice. That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, like, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time.
Usyk once shared a powerful perspective on what drives him. He explained that motivation comes and goes. Some days you have it, some days you don't. For him, what really matters is discipline. He approaches training as a daily obligation, not something fueled by emotion or bursts of inspiration. This unwavering consistency is what's helped him climb the ranks and remain at the top. While others wait to feel motivated, Usyk shows up regardless. He says his success isn't just about talent. It's about doing the work, day in and day out, whether he feels like it or not. That's how true champions are made, and Usyk proves it every time he steps into the ring. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.